The cover is like a time capsule from the model railway world, proudly wearing its early 2000s aesthetic. It's a VHS cover, unmistakably in German, and clearly aimed at Märklin enthusiasts. Not just casual toy train enjoyers, but the fully initiated, catalog memorizing disciples of the miniature Iron Horse. Front and center is a dramatic photograph, or possibly a high quality model photograph, of a steam locomotive, a big boy type, Union Pacific 4113, rendered in meticulous detail. Märklin often showcased impressive American prototypes in HO scale, especially in their higher end series. The lighting gives it a realistic outdoor atmosphere. Earthy cliff background, blue sky, and a slightly heroic angle, giving the locomotive a majestic presence. It's not framed flat, the perspective enhances size, power, and engineering beauty. Typography follows a strict hierarchy. At the very top, 1. Klasse video in bold metallic gradient lettering. Red outlines on the main text give it extra pop. 1. Klasse literally means first class, suggesting premium content, quality production, and probably an official partnership with Märklin. Below the image, the title, Ein Jahr mit Märklin. Ein Jahr mit Märklin means a year with Märklin. The word Märklin is stylized in its iconic lowercase red logo font, preserving brand identity visually. Subtext: 2001 Die Höhepunkte eines Modellbahnjahres, which translates roughly to 2001, the highlights of a model railway year. So the film likely summarizes Märklin's major releases, events, exhibitions, trade shows, and product launches from 2001. Duration is clearly printed: 78 Minuten, Farbton film. 78 minutes, color sound film. So this isn't just a marketing clip montage. It's a full-length feature, likely with narration, interviews, showrooms, factory glimpses, and running layouts. In the bottom right corner, a red triangle promoting mit den Brandheißen Neuheiten 2002, meaning with the brand new releases of 2002. So this video not only celebrates 2001, but also previews upcoming trains, control units, accessories, and probably digital technology advancements. Bottom section, the yellow shield with V indicates probably the publisher's distributor, possibly VMS, or Video Media. It sits next to the branding. 1. Klasse Video, once again, reinforcing the publishing line. Stylistic details. The whole design is clean and symmetrical. Classic late 90s, early 2000s model railway packaging aesthetics. Cream background, red-blue contrast, just like the Märklin logo, formal and trustworthy, with no flashy design experiments. What kind of product? A VHS collecting enthusiast documents, trade show footage, behind-the-scenes factory shots, new catalog previews, layout building inspiration, made to be archived and rewatched, like a yearly calendar but in motion picture. And there's that subtle nostalgic charm. This typeface, the format, the glossy cardboard sleeve, these now feel like artifacts from another era. The era of catalogs, physical collector's editions, the hum of VHS recorders, and the unmistakable smell of new Märklin track in the box. Would fit perfectly on a shelf between Märklin magazine issues and the big annual catalogs. Probably watched on winter evenings with hot coffee, surrounded by layout tools and the sound of tiny wheels humming on C-Track. A cover designed not just to sell, but to belong to a collection. Now we're looking at the back cover, and it reveals the deeper personality of this VHS. Half catalog, half documentary, half railway romance. Yes, that's 3 halves, because model trains don't obey normal arithmetic, they obey passion. The top repeats the familiar heading, 1. Klasse Video, again with that metallic gradient and red outline. Visual continuity. Below is a photo of an industrial freight train model, a long, rusty torpedo ladle car used for molten steel transport. Märklin loved these heavy industry prototypes because they show the raw muscles of railroading: steel, fire, smoke, and the smell of rust, even in miniature. The setting suggests a steel mill or coking plant, and the model layout looks impressively realistic. Gravel, pylons, concrete supports, silo-like structures, muted industrial colors. This is not Toyland, it's gritty miniature realism. Next line shows 2 small photos. Left, the Märklin factory or headquarters building, unmistakable branding above the entrance. Some visitors walking toward the entrance. This highlights the behind-the-scenes footage featured in the video. Right, a modern electric locomotive. It's decorated with promotional graphics, likely the Swiss collection or another special edition. Snowy winter theme painted onto the locomotive body, modernity in contrast to the steam era above. Then comes a long descriptive block of German text. Let's unpack it in readable English. It explains that Märklin gained a new star in their program, the Big Boy locomotive, the largest steam locomotive ever built, presented in HO scale for 2001. The video includes not just model shots, but real footage of the actual giants on Sherman Hill, Wyoming, USA. It even mentions filming at Märklin's own factory and showing the models running on a large American-style layout, probably extensive footage of detailed scenery, rail yards, mountain passes, weathered wagons, and realistic track work. It then describes more segments, locomotive personalities in Switzerland. During the presentation of the third Swiss Collection annual locomotives, the legendary A814 and a crocodile were shown at Gotthard Pass. The film also covers heavy industry, steel mills, coke plants, and industrial railways, suggesting gritty, non-romantic model scenes. It also mentions an anniversary, 50 Jahre Montanunion, 50 years of the coal and steel community. So there are large industrial trains, specialized wagons, mill scenes, and more. It even mentions a special birthday celebration for Märklin, production facilities rebuilt at Sonneberg in Thuringia, showing the connection between history, production, and model making. So this VHS is not just a glamour film. It's a curated journey through American steam legends, Big Boy, Swiss Alpine electric classics, heavy industry freight trains, factory visits, history anniversaries, and deep Märklin craftsmanship. Bottom section, a red box offering a free catalog gratis prospect from one Klasse video. Contact info, fax numbers, frozen in time from a pre-internet ordering culture. At the very bottom, a blue signature banner, Die Film Profis, the film professionals, flanked by two yellow V-shield logos, probably their branding. The overall tone is one of seriousness and enthusiasm. No flashy colors, no childish stylization. This is for grown people. Train historians, collectors, engineers, model builders who discuss axle ratios and rivet counts over Kaffee and Kuchen. It's not just for rail fans. It's about engineering admiration, industrial fascination, craftsmanship. And because Märklin lives between childhood and industry, it bridges nostalgia and technical respect. This cover knows exactly who it's talking to. Here we meet the artifact itself, the VHS tape. Heavy, textured black shell, Fuji-branded cassette, a good quality blank, used extensively for duplication in the early 2000s. There is something oddly satisfying about seeing that spooled magnetic tape again through the clear window. It's like glimpsing stored time. The label is clean, monochrome with silver and white text. It keeps the familiar branding. 1. Klasse Video in metallic lettering, same stylistic DNA as the cover. Beneath that, Ein Jahr mit Märklin, 2001. Below that is a block of instructions and quality assurance message, in German. The language is practical, honest, almost humble, the kind of straightforward technical assurance you'd expect from a niche but dedicated video house. Translated and explained in spirit, not word for word. This film has been copied using modern professional equipment onto high-quality cassettes. If picture or sound issues occur, you can adjust tracking on your video recorder. If there's a technical defect, you can return the tape and they'll replace it. If there is a fault, please stop the tape at the damaged spot, send it to the address listed, and they'll take care of it. Thanks. Your One Klasse team. This message reveals something charming. It's pre-digital sincerity. A physical product where imperfections could happen naturally. Tape wrinkles, dropouts, alignment issues. And the makers acknowledge that, not with corporate jargon, but with practical instructions. It paints a picture of a hobbyist-adjacent small video production house, with actual people ready to swap your tape if the magnetic stripe falters. Bottom text gives the manufacturer and contact Europe Media, Klostering 3, 87660 Ursi. A Bavarian village, known for quiet countryside, abbey buildings, and somehow Märklin VHS duplication. Everything about this tape screams 2001, the Fuji branding, the textured plastic pattern, the label typography, the handwritten-like touch of communication. You can almost imagine someone inserting this tape into a VCR in a warmly lit living room, sliding it in and hearing that familiar thunk as the loading mechanism pulls it inside. This is not just about Märklin. It's about a certain era when information existed in spooled ribbons and model trains were celebrated through slow, narrated video tours, not algorithm driven YouTube uploads. A VHS that probably spent time next to paper catalogs, toolboxes, layout diagrams, and a pot of glue with wooden stir sticks. The smell of plastic rails clicking into place and this tape humming inside a whirring VCR, letting the Märklin world come alive.